Hello and welcome back to another snapshot video. In today's snapshot we are taking a look at 20W17A, and in today's snapshot we haven't got any major features, but we do have some very cool bug fixes and new features to take a look at. So we are starting things off here on the home screen page, whatever you want to call it, and there are a few new features. If we were to go into our single player tab and we had no worlds here, for me I've got a fair few different worlds here. If there were no worlds here, we would go instantly to the Create New World screen. And you may already notice there are already some different options here. Firstly, over here, there is the new difficulty selection. We can do this in the selection panel here, and if we take a look, we can flip between all the different difficulties just like this. Let's say we flip to hardcore, you'll see it automatically changes those over, and we can set these as we wish. So let's say we don't want to do it to be hard. I think there should be a little lock button as we have in the main game, as that's already a thing. And there is also the new game rules tab. So this game rules tab is kind of what it does, what it says on the tin, but it allows you to select and flick between the different game rules as and when before you start your game. So I'm wondering, if we go to more world options, we turn allow cheats off and we go back, and okay, so maybe there's a what have I done there? Right, okay, so we're gonna create a new world. We're gonna go creative. We're gonna change this to hard, more world options, and it seems that whenever we go back, it goes straight back to that screen. So maybe we should have a back button. I think that's something that we should have. But anyways, to the game rule screen, you'll see that we are able to mess around with all the game rules we wish. So if it's a number one, we can type in this box. We can change that to whatever we want. And as you'll see, all of them here. And there is actually a little bit of text if there are some interesting, more complicated game rules here. So it's actually a very intuitive command here. It allows people to get to use them and set them all up before your world starts. And if we take a look, all of them are down here. As you can see, they're all in here, or the regular game rule commands. So that is a brand new bit on the Create New World screen. Anyways, we're going to jump into this world here where I have a few things set up. There have been some changes to the smithing table UI. As you can see, they have changed up a fair bit. It looks a bit more finalized as it rather than it was in the previous snapshots. If we take a look, that's where you're going to put your item. It's got an outline of the ingot, so it's very intuitive what you're going to put in there. You're going to put your netherite ingot in, and we're going to get that out. And that is similar to the hammer that is in the anvil UI. Now I'm going to throw all those things away. I don't want them. And if we take a look here, some more things have been will update walls to their block form just like that. So they will create a post, including banners and pressure plates, as you can see just there. Also, the Soul Fire Torch is now known as the Soul Torch, and the Soul Fire Lantern is now known as the Soul Lantern, which just continues to a bit more continuity just there. Over here, we're going to try and test out this brand new bug. So what we're going to do, or not a brand new bug, a bug fix, I should say. And I'm going to grab myself a pickaxe, which I can't remember how to type at the moment. And let's go into game mode. Survival, just like that. And what we should see is I've had this smelting for a little while. As you can see, there's some stuff in there. When we break this furnace, it used to not drop the XP as it should. However, now apparently it will. There we go. As you'll see, we got XP just down there. We got those 2 levels as we deserve. So that is now working a lot better. I'm going to jump back into creative mode just like that. Alongside that, there is a brand new command. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop over here and take a look at this guy here. This new command is called the attribute command. And it kind of plays into effect with the data command. And what I'm going to do is, you know what, I'm going to select myself. I'm going to select Rover, and you'll see there is the whole bunch of attributes that apply to a player. This is a very technical command, but let's say I wanted to get the luck that I have, and then I can just put in get. So there are a lot of different modifiers you can place into this, and as you'll see, I've got the luck value of 0. That's not great, is it? Anyways, we're going to take another look at this guy because there is a brand new different setting if we go into options and then we go into video settings. You will see down here there is a new command called entity distance. This is by default set to 100. I'm going to set mine down right down to 50 just like that, and then I'm going to fly backwards. And what we will see is this guy, hopefully you can see him just in the distance there. Can I fly back a little bit more? Okay, so just here, that's when he's in range, and if we step back just a block, so on this block here, I cannot see that that piglin just there. Now let's go in and let's put this up to, let's just put it up to 100. So that's going up into the scale factor of 25. And there we go. You'll see that guy's popped in. Even though we are at the exact same space, we can go back more blocks. And this is basically just an entity viewing range, which is a very, very nice little feature. It might help with people's performance as well. They can reduce the range in which they see entities. Very, very nice. I'm liking that feature quite a bit. So there have been even more technical changes, and I have got to let you know there have been some changes to the loot table spawning in Bastion Remnants. Here you can see we have Bastion Remnant actually spawned in right here when I generated up my nether portal, and from what I've had a look in, it seems I think netherite items, that possibility of getting those has been reduced. I mean, if we take a look in here, there's actually a bit more obsidian than usual. Alongside this, there are also the ruined portals, which there is one right up here for us, and that is actually by chance. I didn't realise there was one up here already. But ruined portals, the common that you will see them has been reduced. And if we take a look at this one here, I'm wondering if this is a one-off or something, but we're not actually seeing any crying obsidian, which we did in the previous snapshot, appearing in like that, which meant you couldn't actually form the portal itself. So if we form that in, obviously we can spawn in a portal just like that. There have also been some technical behind-the-scenes changes, which I'm not going to go into because I don't fully understand. A lot in world-saving commands and optimizing how the worlds are being saved in the old level.dat formats. Right, I'm going to switch over and take another look. What else am I need to talk about? There has some brand new technical things we can do with resource packs. We can now change the font that Minecraft uses. Now, I haven't set one up myself, but this works similarly to resource packs. We'll be able to change the font that these use, and I believe there are settings somewhere. I've had a look in chat settings. I thought there was a way you can change the font in-game, but in the chat settings here, there's nothing in there, so we might have to have another quick browse around to see if we can see anything. There was nothing in accessibility settings, so I might be wondering. I'm not too sure. Force Unicode font on, done. There we go, that's the button. So it's in our language settings, and you are seeing we are now using Unicode just like this. I mean, it doesn't look too good with my chat made so small, but that now works. So we can actually change the font to default Unicode, and that might actually be a very nice accessibility feature if the Minecraft font is a little harder to use. But for me, I'm going to stick to the Minecraft font. There have also been a whole bunch of bug fixes. I'm loving all the bug fixes. If we take a look at this one here, if you were flying up or down, vines would stop you, but we can now fly up and down nice and easily like this. I'm just holding shift and space, and we're going up and down absolutely perfectly fine. Also, if you were flying and sprinting above a block or just above a block, just like this, it used to display particles. No longer does. Loads upon loads of different bug fixes. Now, I'm not going to witter on too long about those bug fixes, as well, there are lots to go through, and for me, I think 1.16 is coming further and further around the corner. This seems like there are some polishing touches. I would also like to mention there is a form on the changelog that they would like you to go and fill out, giving feedback about the 1.16 update so far. So I'd highly recommend going to check that out, because I'm sure they'll be looking into that feedback and deciding if they need to introduce or remove any different features, what they need to change, and the things they would like to see. Now, I would have liked to fly around there, but I ran straight into a wall. But anyways, before we end today's video, I'd just like to say, if you would like to support the channel, because I know there have been loads of new people around recently, I do have a Patreon, and that is linked down below, and that is ever so much appreciated. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers, which we reached in the last video. How many can we reach in today's video? You will have to decide that one. And let's see if we can just continue flying through the wonderful nether biome, which it is. But thank you for watching today's snapshot video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, as it really does help out the channel quite a bit. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.